This guy's going to be in a sequel to Ocean's 11 called Ocean's 100.
Oh my God.
And
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, let me tell you about it. I got a pretty brief synopsis. This might take
There's
about 10,
100
15
guys,
minutes to
right?
read. Yeah, it's 100 guys. And I think when he said it's in violation of the sagging, is that it's the first ever movie to use deep fake real dolls to bring dead actors to life alongside the living actors. And I don't know, some of the living actors might even be real fake deep dolls too. I don't really know.
Deep dolls?
Well, depending on the model you get, yes.
Okay.
If you pay extra, you can get a real deep doll.
Yeah.
Deep dish doll.
Oh boy.
Jackie, so he sent me a PDF. Like he said, it says, do not open, do not say out loud. Elliott, I'm sorry. This is too good. So here we go. This is coming, I don't know when, Ocean's 100. Ocean's 11 is back times 9 plus 1, and yes, the original dozen minus 1 from the 2001 blockbuster are back. That's George Clooney, Matt Damon, Brad Pitt, Casey Affleck, Scott Conn, Eddie Jemison, whoever that is, Don Cheadle, Kin Xiaobo, Carl Reiner, today's jolly good fellow Mr. Elliott Gould, and of course the late great Bernie Mac. And listen up, America, the rest of the original Kings of Comedy are joining the crew. That means Cedric the Entertainer, D.L. Hughley, and Judge Steve Harvey. This time around, Danny Ocean's 8 1/4 dozen are off the mean streets of Sin City, Las Vegas, and taking their crack criminal taking their crack criminal chops to God's country. That's the Upper Peninsula of Michigan to you, where they hatch a plan to steal the world's largest working chainsaw, Big Gus, from the Upers tourist trap in Ishpeming. Of course, they'll need some local yokels to help them get the lay of the land, so the crew recruits the local TV legends I grew up with: Steve Asplin, Vicky Crystal, Greg Trick, Buck Levasseur, Carl Pellenpaw, and freedom fighter Carl Bonac. George Clooney's Danny Ocean decides that one Ocean is not enough for Ocean's 100, and so he brings aboard Billy Ocean, who in turn takes on Ricky Lake, Lake Bell, Joan Rivers, River Phoenix, C. Thomas Howell, Delta Burke, and Albert Brooks. You know who's from Michigan? Kid Rock. You know who's joining the crew? Kid Rock. And Chris Rock. And The Rock. Yes, Dwayne the Tooth Fairy Johnson gets back to his wrestling roots and brings in ringers Triple H, The Undertaker, Cactus Jack, Big Show, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and China. And direct from China comes Jackie Chan, meeting Channing Tatum, Tatum O'Neal, Neil Simon, Simon Pegg, Peggy Lee, and Lee Harvey Oswald at Oswald's Bear Ranch, the nation's largest bear-only bear ranch just outside the town of Newberry. And who knew Barry Sanders, Halle Berry, Chuck Berry, Barry Gibb, Matt Berry, Fred Berry, Dave Berry, and Jim Carrey are joining this all-hands-on-deck operation. Yes, Ace Ventura himself is turning in his pet detective badge and going to the dark side. And he's not going to be alone in the comic relief department, because the cast of this crew includes famous funny men Pete Davidson, David Spade, Ray Romano, Kevin James, Kevin Hart, Colin Quinn, Colin Jost, Groucho Marx, Chico Marx, Harpo Marx, Zeppo Marx, Lisa Lampanelli, and like I said earlier, the original Kings of Comedy. And speaking of original Kings of Comedy, who better to have on a sneaky covert mission than the quiet stars of the silent screen? Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, Harold Lloyd, Harry Langdon, Larry Seaman, and Fatty Arbuckle lend their sticky slapstick fingers to the big chainsaw snatching, which is set to take place on September the 6th, 906 Day. 906 is the telephone area code for the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and the locals view the number with a sense of reverence. So much so that a big 906 Day celebration is being held at Lower Harbor in Marquette, Michigan, where all true blue Upers will be gathering at 9:06 p.m. to count out loud to the number 906. It
You
seems
are
like
kidding.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
It seems like the perfect. It seems like the perfect distraction the Ocean's 100 needs to make off with their novelty-sized logging equipment payload. The gang's not-so-sharpshooter Alec Baldwin holds the tourist trap watchman at bay as the starting lineup for the Pittsburgh Steelers carries Big Gus to the getaway vehicle. Steelers, get it? Once the saw has been secured, the man behind the wheel, Paul Walker, fast and furiously speeds away, startling Mr. Baldwin, whose itchy trigger finger turns what was supposed to be a quick in and out into a gruesome murder scene. The getaway van speeds through Marquette, loses control, and crashes right next to the big 906 Day celebration just as the crowd is reaching 905. A bruised and confused Danny Ocean crawls out of the passenger seat, admits his attempted crime to the crowd, and informs them that the Upers tourist trap night watchman has been accidentally neutralized. Marquette's mayor consoles the career criminal, saying, "Oh, don't worry about the watchman. He was old. It's fine. You know, We never get to see 100 celebrities up here in the UP. We're just happy to have you. Isn't that right, Steve? And would you believe it's Steve from Blues Clues and he's with a who's who of the blues? B.B. King, Albert King, Charlie Patton, Robert Johnson, Bobby Hayes, and Eric Clapton take the stage for an all-star blues jam with Steve Harvey joining in on saxophone. Ocean's 100 vow to give up their life of crime, except for 11 dissenters. O.J. Simpson, Charles Manson, Dennis Rader, Jack the Ripper, Jeffrey Dahmer, John Wayne Gacy, Ted Bundy, H.H. Holmes, Chris Benoit, Jeffrey Epstein and his femme fatale Ghislaine Maxwell, who break away from their reformed former partners in crime and head off for their next illicit spree in Portland, Oregon.
Whoa.
So,
Wow.
I hope I don't get in a lot of trouble for spilling the beans on that one, but I don't think it hurts to hype this
You're
up
going
early.
to jail.
I think it's going to be about 10, 20, 30 years before this movie comes out. So buy your tickets now, and happy birthday, Elliott Gould.